why hundreds are quitting their lead generation agencies, and how not delivering client results lets you overcome the main reason without being a scam or hurting client relations. So this is something that I have seen happening in the market a lot. I had to make a video about it because I see so many people just making this mistake and getting unmotivated, taking just extra time to actually see success, and it is just a huge thing that I see happening. So I want to cover this. So if you're building a lead gen agency and you're struggling to get results, or if you're looking to build a long-term online business, this is going to be the presentation for you. So the purpose of this presentation is to teach you the main steps of the journey where people quit or get demotivated, and how to overcome this stage to build a sustainable high cash flow lead generation agency long term. So if you haven't already booked a call with angel.io, go ahead and book a call and let's get into it. So this video is for you if you have already started a lead generation agency, closed some clients and are struggling to get results for all of them, or if you have previous sales or marketing experience and you're wanting to build a lead generation agency but you're worried about the service delivery aspect of things, or if you have recently closed a few clients for your lead generation agency and you're gunning for the one money printing case study, as you should be. So either way, tackling the most crucial part of building a long-term agency that lets you leave your 9 to 5, travel the world and become financially free is the highest leverage thing you can do. First, we need to understand the state of the lead generation market. So when people start their lead generation agencies, usually they're able to close clients in less than 2 months. It doesn't really take that long, especially if you have the right information, if you're going through my YouTube channel, for example. And this is because the lead generation offer has been validated over and over again, and around 63% of businesses struggle with generating enough of leads. This is actually a study done by HubSpot. You can check it out. It's extremely interesting. Pretty much they just did this study, interviewed a lot of people in the B2B industry, figured out that okay, 63% of B2B businesses are struggling with this. In fact, I just talked with someone who was able to get his agency to 25k a month with just the free resources I have. So there's so much free information. If you go through my YouTube channel, there's no way you won't be able to get multiple clients for a lead generation agency pretty fast if you actually just take your time and actually work hard. And because of these trends, most beginner lead generation agency owners go through quote unquote honeymoon phase with their agency. You're closing deals, collecting cash, and your dopamine is just skyrocketing. And this can last anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks, sometimes a bit longer, but usually 2 to 4 weeks. However, after the honeymoon phase, a looming storm starts to roll in, delivering results for your clients you have just closed. So there's a couple of ways people approach this situation. First, they just relax and get off the gas since they feel like they are doing really well because they're collecting a lot of cash. Or two, they turn all of their attention to service delivery and getting results for their clients, and they stop doing outreach and client acquisition for themselves. So if you notice yourself in the first group, you need to start being aggressive with delivering results for clients. And if you're in the second group, you need to be careful on stopping prospecting for yourself. And I'll explain why in a bit. But while there's a big difference between how these groups act, they both run into a similar emotional quote unquote black hole, just kills momentum, and that's caused by the lack of client results. So what happens with 85% of these lead generation agencies? So after validating your offer and niche and closing clients, the next highest leverage activity you can do is to collect a case study. And most beginner agency owners know that. They are struggling with it and they're struggling getting results for their clients. They easily start getting unmotivated because they are not really advancing to the next stage. They know that okay, now I need to get a case study, that's going to be really high leverage, but they're not getting there, just like fucking struggling. And it leads to less efforts on client campaigns, which leads to an even lower likelihood of delivering results. And which of course leads to you seriously doubting your own lead generation agency and cold outreach abilities. And let's say you get hit with a refund request from one of your clients, the entire honeymoon phase where you felt like you're finally cracking the online business game will seem like a distant, foggy memory. And not only will you feel unmotivated to work on your business, but the lack of self-confidence will start to shine through in everything you do. Your lead flow dries up because you don't want to take on more clients, cause stress. Your closing rate will plummet since your prospect will subconsciously realize that you're not confident in what you're selling. And this is the worst thing that you can do, is you might even start to consider a different business model since this seems too hard, making you lose all the progress you've made so far. So maybe you thought that it's gonna be easy. Yeah, business is easy. I'm just gonna send some emails, blah, 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 blah. And now suddenly you are struggling a bit. I just changed my business model and everything's gonna be easy there again. But what that it does, it just resets you and you're again starting from square one. And that's the worst thing that you can do. And after working with over 181 lead generation agencies in the past 9 months, I have seen it happen over and over again. People throw away their dreams and goals since they don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. So the purpose of this video is to make sure it doesn't happen to you and you're properly equipped to deal with the quicksand that can destroy the momentum of starting an agency. So to make sure you keep your momentum up after closing deals, getting the case study as fast as possible, and being able to build a sustainable agency, I'm gonna go through 3 things that you need to understand and do. By the way, if you don't know me, if this is the first time seeing my face, if you haven't really checked out my YouTube channel or any other social media before, my name is Leevi Eerola and I built my lead generation agency from $0 to $40,000 a month in 6 months. And I also started a leveraged lead generation consulting business and took it from $0 to $100,000 a month in 7 months. And me and my team have helped people like Emil go from $0 to $25,000 a month in 14 weeks with their lead generation agency. We helped Tony go from $0 to $40,000 a month in 6 months. We helped Daniel go from working a 9-to-5 sales job to starting a lead generation agency and building that up to $25,000 a month in 5 months. We helped Wyatt. He was running $500 a month lead generation agency and now he is running an agency that makes $74,145 in net profit a month. And that took 8 months, and we have done this bunch. We have so many of these stories and case studies and testimonials. You can just go check my YouTube channel and they're all gonna be there. So that's just for you to know who I am and to show you that I might know a bit about this topic. So the first thing, how to prevent the quote-unquote negative debt spiral that a lot of aspiring lead generation agency owners get themselves into. So the first thing you need to understand about service delivery is this. So the most important thing when you're delivering results for your clients is the offer always comes first. With a shitty offer, everything is gonna be way harder. Like when you're delivering a results for your clients and you're doing cold email lead gen or whatever lead gen you're doing, when you're doing lead gen for your client, if they have a shitty offer, it's gonna be way harder. After the offer, the second most important thing is the target market. After that, it's going to be the targeting, so what kind of lead list you scrape, and the last thing on the equation is gonna be the copywriting. And here we can see a great presentation of the actual importance of these things when you are doing lead gen for your client. And what most beginner agency owners do after not seeing results for their clients is to start changing up and testing the copywriting. They think that it's all about the copywriting. Like, how I'm gonna write this cold email copy. So they might launch over 10 different copywriting variations hoping to get results, but none of them end up working, which causes you to feel unconfident and unmotivated. However, you need to ask yourself these questions. Why am I able to get leads and close deals for my own agency while nothing happens with client ABC? And most of the time, it's a problem with your client's offer or who they target. Even the best cold email can't sell ice to an Eskimo because they need firewood, not more ice. So you can't save it with good copywriting. And you might not believe me, but most businesses doing less than $100,000 a month haven't really found their product market fit yet. Like $100,000 a month, then it starts being a fairly validated offer and they start knowing who they should be targeting, etc. So in most cases, it is not your skills that cause the lack of results for your clients, or at least it's not the skills of copywriting and setting up the actual cold email campaign. Of course, there's other skills that you need to have and understand, but it's usually not the actual copywriting skill. And of course, if you only launch like 1 or 2 campaigns for a client, it will be hard for you to crack outbound even on a good offer. So even if you have a good offer, you can't be a lazy dork. You actually still need to put in the work to make it work. The second thing you need to understand that often clients are just bad clients to work with. For example, if they don't communicate fast, they're not ready to test different offers or targeting, or they have a serious problem with their sales process. So even if you're delivering calls, they can't close them and they are just blaming you. Yo, these calls are so unqualified, when in fact they have their lazy ass CEO trying to close the calls, not even knowing how to sell. And if you are a beginner, it is hard to notice when you're getting gaslighted by bad clients. And that leads you to go deeper into your negative spiral of debt. And it will almost be impossible to get them good enough results with a good relationship that they would be willing to give you a case study. So what's happening because of that is that the opportunity cost will start to be against you. So you either A, spend an extra 4 weeks with the shitty client trying to fight an uphill battle, or B, you keep prospecting and closing more clients trying to find a good offer and a good client so you can eventually drop the bad clients. Most beginners do not have the balls to take the second route because they get attached to the money they have already been paid and don't want to give a refund. Like even if they took the second route and they started doing more outreach so they could replace the bad clients, and that would make them more money in long term, because they are beginners in the business, they don't have the ability or the skills to think long term. Because it might be the first business they're doing, it might be the first time when they're seeing some traction, they get the first few clients, they get super attached to those because it's finally working, and they might even know in the back of their head that shit, I need to drop these guys so I'm able to make more money long term. They are still not able to do it because they get so attached to the money they have already made. So they are just pretty much losing money by not wanting to lose money. So your self-confidence is low because you haven't validated your skills. But as you can see, it's a self-feeding negative feedback loop. It's a short-term play, and that is exactly where most people give up or just lose motivation to keep going with their agency. So the third thing you need to understand is that the long-term play is to understand that you can first get the case study that lets you close more deals and increase your prices. Second, collect data and get more insights into the market so your positive feedback loops keep running. And third, get closer to ideal clients who you can deliver results for through pruning your bad clients. And to do so, you need to be more selfish. You need to keep prospecting so you always have new offers to try. And if that means giving refunds, you shouldn't shy away from it. For example, Wyatt started his lead generation agency working with one bad client trying to get the case study. He stopped prospecting and he was only making $500 a month from his client because they had no product market fit. He pretty much closed a client. He was like, oh yeah, finally this is working. He was getting paid $500 a month and they had a rev share deal. He was getting calls for the client, but the client didn't know how to close them. They were a new agency, and Wyatt was just so afraid of letting go because he finally had gotten a client that he was just wasting his time, losing money by trying to make it work for a client that didn't have product market fit and didn't know how to close and sell and all of that stuff. And here's a good conversation, October 10th, 2022. I haven't gotten too good results for my clients, but hopefully that changes this week. And after I consulted him to keep prospecting, find better offers, and look for a quote-unquote blue ocean niche with great offers and big pain, fast forward 9 months, in last month he made $76,000 in net profit working with only 2 clients based on performance, fully rev share deals. So he has only 2 clients and he's making 76,000 in net profit a month. 2 clients, 3 team members, only performance based. But he would have never gotten there so fast if he had gotten stuck trying to sell ice to Eskimos. If back in the day I didn't stop him and tell him, yo bro, you need to get rid of that client, he probably would have just been running for 2-3 months and like, this model doesn't work, like agency model is saturated and all that dumb stuff that you hear on the internet. And another example of this is Hike. Before even joining Agent Velocity, he reached out to me on Twitter about struggling to get results for his clients and barely making any revenue. I asked him struggling with client results. He said, big time, I paid for consultations to help write offers but can't get my clients as many meetings I'd like. And these are really difficult offers to get to work on cold outreach, especially if the client doesn't give him the freedom to actually test and try out new things. So he joined Agent Velocity in April and I told him to keep prospecting and finding new deals for his agency. So after fixing up their positioning, offer and campaigns, we hit it off and he started booking calls, so everything started looking extremely smooth. So if he can generate results for his own agency, it shouldn't be an issue with his copywriting or outreach. So around a month later, they have actually hit their first $10,000 a month, and that took under 2 months in revenue with way more clients, and everything is going smooth here. He's closing clients, 2 months to hit 10K a month, and he actually took a job shortly after joining, but he's going to be putting in his notice on Monday to focus on service delivery, and he is a Chad, absolute stud. And while they're a bit worried about service delivery, odds are that at least one client will be really good with a really good offer for that case study. And their momentum is up, so it's less likely for them to get unmotivated and start thinking about giving up. Now, here's the most counterintuitive part. If you are a beginner, you don't have the gut instincts developed yet to understand which opportunities are good and not. And of course, I can help you with that and I can tell you, which I do a lot on my videos, but you won't really get it until you go through it yourself. You need to take some L's on the service delivery to understand and keep running your positive feedback loop. For example, Jacquees joined Agent Velocity 11 weeks ago, and in that time he has closed 10 clients. He has had 10 demo calls and he has closed 10 clients and made a bit over like $25,000 or something like that. Absolutely just ramming, extremely busy, working a lot right now on launching the campaigns. And will he get results for every single one of those clients? Probably not. Like the chances of actually 10 out of those 10 clients being like really good and having product market fit and giving him the freedom of actually trying stuff out, probably not, but he will 100% sure get results for some of them, which gives him more feedback, more data and faster case study, and most important, self confidence. Odds would not be in his favor if he closed 3 clients, let the momentum go, and tried track outbound with not a lot of gut instincts to know if he's working with amazing opportunities. So let's say he has the 10 clients, he starts working with them, 5 of them, 6 of them get like average results, 3 of them get shit results, and 1 of them gets hella good results. So he gets case study from the 1, he gets a lot of insights from the other 9, and then using that case study and the insights and the experience he has gotten from working with all of those 10 clients, he's able to make an extremely accurate client profile or a prospect profile and start targeting only that profile. And he knows, okay, based on my experience, my skills and my insights, I know if they have this, this and this, and they're in this industry and they're targeting these companies, I'm able to get results for 95% of them. But the first batch of clients, it's always going to be a bit shaky because you don't have those insights. You don't really know yet. So the farther you go and the more clients you go and the more experience you get, the more picky you are able to be with your clients, because you know that, okay, from all of these 10 companies, I only want to work with those 2 because those are the best ones to deliver results to. And then when you do it for 3, 6, 9 months, you're able to just pick 100% accurate clients, and every single time you get a client, you know already, okay, I need to do this, 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 and this, and this, and you're able to crush it every single time for them. But you can't do it immediately in the beginning because you don't have the experience and insights yet. You're not good enough. But that's the thing. You need to learn. Can't be scared. So, summary and next steps is. So, as you can see, the most crucial part in building a long-term lead generation agency is to make sure you don't give up when it gets hard to deliver results for clients. Anyways, can't give up in business. So many people get into online business, they start building agencies or whatever not, and then they think it's gonna be easy. Yeah, I'll just send some emails, I'll just make some offers, blah, 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 blah. And then after 3 months, they realize that it's actually hard work. And they're like, this is not for me, this model is saturated and blah, 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 this information is bad. Like, nah, if you actually want to make like $10,000 to $20,000 a month, it's not gonna be easy. So while you should do your best and exert maximum effort in your client campaign, you should also keep prospecting and closing more clients to first avoid opportunity cost and keep learning the game on more offers. Second, keep collecting data and feedback to build up the intuition on which are good clients and which are bad. And then the last thing is to get closer and closer to the case study and build up your self-confidence to keep the momentum going. You can do it alone, but it will be difficult and you'll probably feel unmotivated and start doubting yourself. Or you can work with me and my team to help and consult you on the exact proper actions to take, keep you accountable, and help you understand when you should drop a client, when you should scale, etc., 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 how to build your next ICP so you are able to deliver better results. So if that's something that you want to do, if you want to build a lead generation agency, scale it to $10,000 a month, and have us help you with this whole process that I just went through, book a call at agentvelocity.io and maybe we will work together. Who knows? I hope you enjoyed today's presentation. If you enjoyed, drop a like, drop a dislike, subscribe, comment, whatever. Amazing, but yeah, I hope it's gonna be a sick one. Take care. Boom.